Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It is your guy, Boulanger. Up next, a 6th-round pick getting a lot of love, a lot of buzz in Ravens Nation. What is this about? Let's talk. The Baltimore Ravens drafted a 6th-round pick, defensive tackle Aeneas Pebbles, in the 2025 draft. And since his selection, he has gotten a lot of buzz around the league, but specifically in Ravens Nation. What is this about? Could he be one of the late round steals of the draft? Could he be a first-year impact player for the Baltimore Ravens? Well, I went on a little bit of a journey to figure out who this guy is. Is he a late bloomer? Is he kind of a one-off type candidate? Or is he a solid player who has a long history of being disruptive? Because that's what the buzz is about. His ability to be explosive and disruptive in the middle of a defense. You see, all of his metrics don't add up to a superstar defensive tackle. None of his metrics says he should be much more than a rotational player. But with this level of excitement around Peebles, it must be something to it. You see, he's only 6'1", 285 pounds. Not typical, not prototypical for an NFL defensive tackle. They're typically 6'3", 6'4", 6'6" even. So Peebles fits none of the mold. But when I went and looked into this player, I wanted to know where he came from, if he had any pedigree, and if his excitement could turn into reality for the Ravens. Well, first off, I think that he could have a first-year impact. We'll get to that later. So when I went and looked into this guy, he was born in 2001, so that makes him 23. He was born in September, so he'll be 24 this season. So he's kind of a older draft prospect, right? He'll be 24 when the season starts, basically. And that either says one or two things. He's reached his ceiling, so you're going to get what you get, or it took him a while to develop. Either way, right? I still think he could be an impact player year one. You see, when I looked into it, he played ball at Knighton High School, Raleigh, North Carolina, and was selected Defensive Player of the Year after totaling 195 tackles and 27 sacks between his junior and senior year. Did you hear what I said? 195 tackles, 27 sacks in his junior and senior year of high school. This says this dude has been getting it done for a long time. He spent 4 years in college. He spent 4 years at Duke, where he became a disruptive force at his time in Duke. And then he transferred and played his last year at Virginia Tech, where he was also a Defensive Player of the Year candidate in the ACC. And he was also third-team All-American. So this says this guy has all of the skill set, production, and performance to kind of show up and show out in the Baltimore Ravens uniform.
Third down, 50%. This is Pena, and he is drilled. Mercy.
That's Harrison in motion. Vaughn cannot get started there.
Play, increase their roles, and they really haven't missed a beat.
Screen is batted down.
Lamson to throw. Has time as Virginia Tech brings just forward. Now it breaks down. He goes down.
Here's Morris in trouble. Almost had it taken away, and now will be sacked.
And he's sacked.
You feel sore up here. Third and short here, and Mims, who is their short yardage guy for tough yardage, he gets.
Manon guy. Nowhere to go.
Working on the guard. Really good job of getting that connection arm over. And a TFL.
Miles with you. Wake Forest up 21-14. 3rd and 5 for Griffiths. Just threw his first incomplete pass. And he's going to go right at the back. He's going to helicopter again.
Now McManus. Again to throw. Steps up. Pressure coming. They drop him.
When you look into his skill set, there's nothing this kid can't do, right? He can rush the passer. He can stop the run. And, he's just a consistent threat from that interior. Now, you may think this is a little bit of a blasphemy when I say this, but his game, now let me be clear, I'm only talking about his game, is very similar, okay? Not exact, not the same, but similar to a Hall of Famer in Aaron Donald. I know, that's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. Aaron Donald was a first-round pick. Peebles, 6th-round pick. Aaron Donald was one of the best defensive players in his era. Peebles is just now getting started. But their measurables are very, very similar. Aaron Donald was only 6'1", 280 pounds. Peebles is 6 foot 6'1", 285 pounds. Aaron Donald was strong and powerful and explosive. Peebles is strong, powerful, explosive. Aaron Donald was a disruptor in the middle of a defense for an undersized defensive tackle. Peebles is explosive and disruptive in the middle for what? An undersized defensive tackle. Now, let me jump off of that bridge really quick for people think that I'm talking crazy. I'm not saying he's going to be Aaron Donald, but I'm saying there is a level of hope for an undersized defensive tackle to perform at a high level in the NFL. And with good coaching and a good core of teammates who can mentor him, I think this guy has all of the potential to have a year one impact. I think one of the biggest attributes is his short stature for an interior defensive lineman. You see, because right off, he's going to have leverage, just like Aaron Donald did. If I'm 6 foot 6'1", when I get down in my stance, whether it's a 3-point or the old school 4-point stance, and the guy that I'm facing is 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", he will never be able to get down in a starting position lower than me. So I'm already going to have the advantage, right? And that's what Peebles already has. And so with that level of explosiveness and athleticism that Peebles possesses, I think he could wreak some havoc for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, what's his impact? Well, I think his first year impact could be significant for the Baltimore Ravens. I think he could be an obvious situational pass rusher from the interior. On obvious pass downs, when it's 2nd and 10, when it's 3rd and 7, and we know that the other team has to pass the ball in order to pick up the first down, I think bringing Peebles in along with Mike Green and Metabike and Travis Jones, I think they could be an absolute dominating force. And then whoever is the other edge rusher, whether that's Odafe, Calvin Noy, or a combination, doesn't matter. I think Peebles could be that interior pass rush, that no doubt disruptor, explosive guy in the middle who could make life a lot easier for the other pass rushers on the outside. So that's what I think. And just so we understand he's not a fly-by-night dude, he has a good pedigree. His father played defensive tackle at App State in the mountains of North Carolina. And then his grandfather was an NFL offensive lineman. So this dude comes from good stock, good pedigree. So ball has been in this kid's life all of his life. So I think that he's going to be able to continue the legacy of his dad and his grandfather and make an impact in his first year for the Baltimore Ravens and hopefully years to come. I'm your guy Boulanger. This is the GM, and we're out.